One of the other fond memories I have is obviously your first cap. I suppose anyone that gets capped, unless you have an absolute mare, your first cap is going to be one of your most fond memories. And mine was whilst all the Lions were away in 2001. Clive took a cap tour to America and Canada called the Churchill Cup, and I wasn't involved in the first game against the Barbarians. I was sort of third or fourth choice, and then John Wells, who'd taken over as forwards coach out there, told me that I'd be playing in the first test against Canada, which which was a huge moment in every rugby player's dreams of getting capped for their country. It was to some degree a slight disappointment because the location where we were was literally a field in the middle of nowhere, as Canada's rugby's not the number one sport in Canada. So I think there was probably 4,000 or 5,000 people watching. Clive asked John Wells, who was obviously my Tigers coach then, but had been my teammate sort of in my first few seasons, and I think Clive realised that it'd be sort of an honour to receive your shirt from him, and it was one of those sort of special moments that he'll always remember. And the game sort of came and went, and I was given my first cap at the end of that tour, and it was a very special memory. But the process of that tour, the people that you were with, John Wells, Clive Woodward, Ellery Hanley, who was the defence coach, the bits of advice that you pick up along the way, those sorts of things are just invaluable. And yeah, so obviously that was a very fond memory for me. And if you want to hear about it in more detail, then go and have a goosey ganders at my book, Mad Dog and Englishman. It goes into far more depth, and I hope you'll enjoy it.